Welcome back to Fishing Tackle channel. Today I wanted to discuss with you guys, share my own experience. So I'm not a professional metal jig, so there may be people with different opinion and this may disagree with what I say. So just keep that in mind when you watch my video. So these are metal assist jigs. So they look like this. It comes in very different variation. And there are smaller sizes and even larger sizes than this. So they are all based on your own preference, I think. I don't think you could say one is better other than I guess maybe if you're fishing for some huge tuna fishing, there has obviously you got to get a bigger hook, stronger hook that could withstand those type of fish. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about black sea bass, porgy, ling, those kind of fish that you would normally catch in the East Coast or even in the West Coast for bass and so forth. So the bigger hooks that you use, assist hook, would fit more for bigger metal jigs like this one. Just because it has a little bit more coverage and more likely you could get a foul hook and you could put it top and bottom and there's no issue of getting tangled from top and bottom. Unlike you get one of these smaller ones and most likely when you're fishing you're going to get tangled. So for these kind of smaller jigs, either use only the top or only the bottom. With the big ones, if you want the bigger coverage and you know if they're bigger fish. But sea bass, you could get one of these smaller ones. You could put it on bottom and top and it could be as effective. But again, these are all based on, I would say you can't really be an expert in metal jig because this is all based on condition of where you're fishing, the depth, what country, with the style, the weather condition, as well as type of fish you're fishing. So this is something that you have to somewhat gain based on your experience, and everybody do it differently. A professional fisherman that would not be able to catch a single fish with this, but for some reason a beginner catches with it just because the way they jig or the way they put their hooks or maybe their baits. So just keep trying. Don't think that there's a right or wrong way to fish with these guys. Use different hooks. Something I learned talking to the captains is that it's somewhat of a double-edged sword if you're getting a very sharp hook versus somewhat of a dull hook because this comes with experience. If you are a seasoned, even if you're not seasoned or seasoned fisherman and you are very good with hooking the fish, right? As it bites, you hook it. Then you don't really necessarily want a sharp hook because you're definitely 100% guarantees that you're going to catch fish, including what the captain and deckhands tell me is that you might catch a small fish. So there are small fish that will come and nibble on the hooks, just like nibbling on a bait, you know, those bait stealer. And last thing you want to do is hook them up and just waste your time fishing. So sometimes you want to go with big ones, so to avoid the smaller baby fish that you're probably gonna have to throw back, or even or use a big one, or even a smaller one, or a big one that are not as sharp. So for those that always have trouble keeping the fish hooked or fail to hook them when you're jigging with these metal jigs, right? Then you want to get something sharper is what they would recommend. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind. So for these, again, there's no right or wrong way. If you want to put bottom and top, only thing I would avoid is that it's not long enough. So maybe these two might be too long that as you drop them or as you're jigging, it might hook bottom and top, which you should, if you're experienced, jigging, at slow jigging, you'll quickly feel it. There's some weird, it feels weird when you're jigging upside down, up and down. But if you're a beginner, most likely you won't even know, and you'll be jigging for about 10 minutes, not knowing that these are hooked like this, and it's not going to catch any fish. So when you're setting it up, maybe just keep these like 2 hook in the top. If you want more hook, more likely probability you're gonna catch a fish, or at least foul hook him. So those are the keys for assist hooks. It gives you not only when it's attacking or swallowing your jig, you're able to hook him, but also foul hook if they're just coming in nabbing, or as it's going down through a big school of fish, it could foul hook as well. So those are things to consider. So like for instance, here, if you do want 3 hooks or 2 hooks, top and bottom, you want something smaller. So then for sure you won't be hooking with each other, the bottom and the top hook. And another thing is just ask the captain. Like I said, it all based on the condition. The captain may not be the most expert slow pitch jigging person or the deckhand, but whether they are or not, they're very experienced. They're going to see other successful fishermen, and they ask a lot of questions. They're constantly learning, and they constantly want to share that knowledge with you. So don't be stubborn and don't do your own thing. If you're doing your own thing and experiencing and learning from your mistakes, then good. And if you're successful, awesome. If you are sucking, I've seen some stubborn people just sucking and not catching a single fish. Ask somebody, because no one's gonna come and help you. Because like myself, I've back in the days or even recently, I tried to help somebody that just had no idea how to fish, and instead of appreciating, they completely reject, or they get very upset at being bothered. So I don't usually help anybody. So if you need help, ask. Most likely the deckhands will most definitely will help. The captains are all friendly. Ocean City, as well as the Delaware, they're all very friendly, and they'll give you tips. They'll even give you their jigs to fish with for free, or have it purchased for minimum price. So just ask them for that help. And people like me, I'm more than happy to help, or even let you borrow my jigs. So just ask around, because I wouldn't try to help you. And most people are very reluctant to help, because there are a lot of stubborn, or just, those grumpy fishermen, know-it-all, that just gives you an attitude when you're trying to help them. So I've stopped helping people that suck at fishing. And sometimes I suck at fishing, and I always ask people around me like what they fish with, and I just try to switch up. I don't stick to my own way, especially if it's not working. If you have any other questions, that's pretty much it. You just need to get the right size assist hooks, get the right type of how sharp it is. If the assist hook or foul hook is not the way to go, you could use swivels as well. Swivel is another way to avoid. See how sometimes it turns and turns, and then it has a tension, and fish could come off easily. And especially for those fish, the sharp hooks don't work well with some of the fish with a very, very thin or weak lip. It would just rip off. So those are things to consider as well. And you want to put a swivel on there. So just test it around, try your different ways. If you have any recommendations, leave a comment. If you disagree with certain techniques, let me know. I'm still learning. And again, this is all based on my own experience. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to make more videos about this.